Welcome to episode 203 of Kapowcast.
Wow. Wow.
I am Mike, and joining me today is Jeff Jefferson.
Hello.
You know what that means?
No fucking Tony.
When Tony's away,
The X-Men can play.
the X-Men will play. So we decided that we would watch, probably, would you say it's in our top, well, is it in your top favorite episodes?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Sanctuary or Asteroid M.
It's in the top for all the right and wrong reasons.
One of the most quotable
Absolutely.
episodes, I would say. So yeah, we're going to talk about that. We've developed a tradition when Tony's away that this is what happens. And far be it for us to break any form of tradition.
Oh, yeah. It's part of our culture.
It is part of our heritage.
I feel like we're going to end up saying something racist if we keep continuing this. So
It's best to just move on.
Yep.
First up, we do have some important things to talk about. By important, I mean stuff that has no consequential impact on our life whatsoever. But we choose to talk about it because it either angers us or excites us to our core.
Hell yeah.
First up, we've since our last episode, we've gotten a teaser and then set photo images of the Robert Pattinson Batman suit for The Batman. What do you think of it, Jeff? Because I know we've sent it in the chat and all that, so I know you've seen some of it.
I didn't look. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sure I could find a picture.
I've seen it. I've seen, they're like 3 or 4 set photos, right?
Yeah, there's a lot more flown around, yeah.
I like it so far. I mean,
you're wrong. No, go ahead.
I think they're inspired heavily by, I think it's supposed to be like an earlier Batman costume, I'm assuming. I don't know if he'll have a CG cape with it or not. I'm assuming maybe not, because he's on a motorcycle.
That's not practical.
It's not practical, but a cape in general isn't practical. I mean,
No. You gotta have quick release tassels.
Yes. Like, attached to the nipples.
Just pop it off. The cowl looks weird to me.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like the cowl.
Looks very strange. I don't like a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I think part of it's because like the Ben Affleck suit, we got so close to like your comic interpretation of Batman.
Yeah.
That like I feel like it's a step backwards to go into this this tactical, more practical looking suit.
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
Well, it's a set photo, so take it with a grain of salt.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm not, there are people that are like, this is already the worst Batman movie ever. I'm like, you can't.
Come on, guys.
Like, you can only have opinion on what you know. What you know is what the costume looks like. Like,
and this is only possibly one costume.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny that, like, I think it's funny that the guy in the costume looks more like a Batman jawline than I think Robert Pattinson does.
Yeah.
Because it's a stunt double.
Yeah, it really does. Oh, that makes sense. I was wondering why he looks so much like Batman.
Which, like, speaking of Ben Affleck, did you see that he did an interview and they asked him about his time working on the Batman? He's like, well, he said he showed the script to a friend and they were like, it's really good. I also think you'll drink yourself to death if you do this. And so he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, he had said he worked with Jeff Johns on a script and they didn't go in the direction that he wanted and that he just couldn't put himself 100% into it, so he just decided not to do it altogether, which I could understand. He said he thought Robert Pattinson would do great work, which I don't know if I could understand, but no, honestly, Robert Pattinson, like I haven't seen him in a movie before, so.
All we know him from is Twilight.
Yeah, Twilight, and I think he was in the Harry Potter movies, right?
He was in some of them, I think.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of those.
Any of Anyways, other news. Did you see, this might be a couple weeks old, I don't know if you've seen this, but Kevin Smith's doing a Masters of the Universe Netflix series, and they released the cast lineup. Have you looked at it?
I know Mark Hamill's in it, right?
Mark Hamill is Skeletor. Henry Rollins is Triclops.
What the fuck?
Alicia Silverstone is Queen Marlena.
That's a pretty insane cast. What's Alicia Silverstone done since?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Justin Long as Roboto.
I fucking hate Justin Long.
Jason Mewes as Stinkor. Harley Quinn Smith as Leanna.
Is that his daughter?
Yes.
God, he give her a stupid fucking name.
Kevin Conroy as Merman. And then there's a bunch of other people whose names I don't really... Sarah Michelle Gellar as Tila.
That's crazy.
And then like there's a bunch of names like Chris Wood as He-Man, Liam Cunningham as Man-at-Arms.
The name's familiar.
It's kind of off-putting to me that a lot of these names are normal Kevin Smith
cronies.
Actors.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you making like a He-Man that's like a View Askew?
Yeah, where they're just all in one set talking for 45 minutes.
Yes. talking about blowjobs. And
and getting piles from sitting on your laptop too long on the toilet.
yes. Dirty Sanchez's.
Donkey show.
Oh, and then apparently they're going to be doing a Netflix, well, not Kevin Smith, but they're going to be doing a Transformers Netflix series as well.
It's an anime.
Ooh.
Yeah, I kind of went, oh, because Transformers anime are definitely a mixed bag, but I don't know. We'll see. Like I saw the trailer, the animation in it kind of looks so-so. It looks like a PS3 cutscene or something.
Ew.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll give it a shot.
Are they doing like weird, like kind of anime, but it's like that weird cell animation?
It looks like cell shaded CG.
Okay.
And it doesn't apparently have any humans in it. At least the trailer didn't. So that's a point for them. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
No kids or anything. God, I hate when they do that.
Fucking kids. There's something else I was gonna bring up. I don't remember what now.
The Sonic the Hedgehog movie's doing really well.
It is doing really well. I went and seen it.
What'd you think?
It was okay. Like, I wasn't like sitting there and like,
yeah, go fast.
Yeah, but I was like, this is a fine movie.
How was Dr. Robotnik in it?
He was Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's what I
thought. It was like old school 90s Jim Carrey.
Did he talk out of his ass?
No, not that old school.
What, did he get born naked through a rhinoceros?
Yes.
One of the greatest scenes in film history.
But it was Jim Carrey back to his true to form Jim Carrey self.
Oh,
but it was a fine movie. The entire time I was watching it, though, I was like, would I be enjoying this nearly as much if they had not redesigned Sonic?
I want to see the Snyder cut of it, like the horrifying cut, the horror movie cut.
Release the original CG cut of Sonic. #.
I'll buy the Blu-ray if they have the original cut in there.
That would be nuts,
wouldn't it?
It would be.
There's no reason not to. I mean,
why not?
It's already on there.
I'm sure it was already done.
Yeah.
The entire time I was watching, I just couldn't help but think, like, man, it must be a nightmare for an actor to act with something that's not there.
Yeah. Now we know how everyone in every Marvel movie is. So.
Yes. Speaking of Marvel movies.
Uh-oh.
Toy Fair was this weekend.
Yes.
And there were a million wallets cried out in horror. We got some really cool stuff like NECA. Oh, my God.
Always knocking it out of the park.
NECA fucking destroyed it.
Yeah.
So bad. I have actually up here on my phone. I can show you. They have the They Live 8-inch clothed action figure, Roddy Piper.
God, that's
from
amazing.
They Live.
I love the licenses they get.
Yes. It looks so weird with the clothes. And then they showed off. They have the 35th anniversary Back to the Future stuff they're going to be doing, which they said what they showed is only like a tease.
Okay.
They're doing Jaws figures.
Sweet.
They're doing more Godzilla. They're doing a 2003 Godzilla.
Ooh, hell yeah.
They're doing more Gremlins. They're doing stuff from the new batch, including Greta.
Does it come with a flashlight?
I hope so. And they have the Gremlin that gets the Warner Brothers logo tattooed on his chest.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then they're going to be releasing like accessory packs, which I know Tony's super pumped about. He posted all the stuff up on kapowcast.net.
Hell yeah.
They also, which is funny because I went there and it reminded me that they're also doing like tune versions of the Wild Stallions, Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Tune versions of...
That series wasn't very good.
Yeah, it was like
series,
3 episodes or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're also doing Back to the Future animated stuff.
Which also wasn't
very good.
Yeah.
But those are very big, like deep cuts.
Yes.
If you will.
Wouldn't think those would get made. And yet here we are. They
also, of course, their Ninja Turtles line is exploding with so much good stuff.
Yeah, man.
We're getting Casey Jones and Raph in disguise from the first movies. For the first movie, 2-pack Walmart exclusives.
That's wild.
So good luck finding those.
Yeah.
Toka and Razar, which look amazing.
They do.
Toka actually has articulated facial expressions.
Really?
You can like move his nose and his mouth. You can move his eyebrows.
That's crazy.
His eyes, so you can make him look either angry or sad or furious.
That's an intricate sculpt.
That is. When they were showing that off, I was like, Jesus Christ, they're changing the game.
Do you know the price on that?
I'm imagining that it's going to be around 50.
Yeah.
They look like they're big, chunky figures, maybe about that big.
For the fans at home who can't see, he's indicating about a foot.
Yes. Because the normal turtles are like in I think like 7-inch scale.
Yeah.
So they're going to be bigger than 7 inches, which I was. So they're going to be a fairly decent size. And then they also unveiled a Super Shredder.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if they had to, do you think they had to get Kevin Nash's
licensing
rights?
Yeah, for his likeness.
For his likeness in the big muscle suit.
I don't know. That's a good question. They should have like the helmetless version where you can see him with the mohawk and everything. He had a mohawk at the time.
Did he?
Yeah. He said he was perfectly happy with the money. I think he got $4,000 for playing the Super Shredder.
That's not bad.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I bought a car with it. It was great. Couldn't have been happier.
And he was only in it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe
less. Yeah, just flailing around, going. Wah!
Then they on their cartoon front they unveiled Splinter and Baxter. They also have other members of the Triceratons. Krang's android body,
hell yeah,
which comes with a little baby Shredder. I don't know if you remember the episode where he got turned into a baby. And then of course Slash, Leatherhead, April, Casey Jones. Oh my God, it's just too much for my wallet.
It is.
They said in an interview that they're basically going to be having new stuff coming out like every 6 weeks. Like there's going to be something new.
That's insane.
It's truly insane.
They really ramped up their production.
Well, it's kind of crazy to see them because originally, like, they were only doing them as con exclusives because that's all they could do because of the Playmates, Nickelodeon rights and all that. And then
buttholes.
They kind of found a way around it, which is interesting because up until recently, it was the movie stuff was GameStop and the cartoon stuff was Target. The cartoon stuff is still sticking with Target, but they're moving the movie stuff, as I said, the 2-packs that are moving to Walmart. So I don't know if that's an indication of the future of GameStop. Yeah,
who knows?
That was something that people pointed out, and I was like, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And I did notice, even in the Marvel Legends, I noticed absence of GameStop exclusives. They only announced one GameStop exclusive, which is from that Avengers game coming out, which is Outback Hulk. He looks really stupid. I don't know if you've seen him.
No.
I am going to show you.
Outback Hulk. I wonder if that's based on the Asteroid M Hulk. Or not Asteroid M. What was the name of that alternate reality after, where mutants controlled the world?
I don't know.
Where Scarlet Witch...
House of M?
House of M, thank you. He does look really stupid.
Looks really bad. I'm not a fan.
I don't think, none of the character models from that upcoming Avengers game look good to me at all. Everyone keeps on calling them, the Great Value Avengers, and it really does just seem weird and generic because they didn't get the likenesses for any of them. So
they're doing the full wave of Avengers Gamerverse figures. Yeah. So you have that Hulk, and then you have a wave that's going to be Abomination Build-A-Figure with the game version of Iron Man, Captain America, and Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. And then you have comic characters. You have Mark 1, no fucking clue who that is.
Yeah.
Rage.
No clue.
These are deep cut characters. I think Rage is in the Thunderbolts.
Oh, okay.
And then Marvel, original Marvel.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's kind of cool. And Leader. Those are all comic based figures.
Leader, I do like.
Leader, I will pick up. Leader, I will get. And then what else did they announced a few other things. They're doing a Rider, it's Frank Castle, where he has a bat and the alternate head where he has bandages on his nose. And that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And they announced that the Build-A-Figure for the Age of Apocalypse wave is going to be Sugar Man.
Oh, cool.
Which looks really awkward. Yeah. The Jean Grey package comes with the head, and the head's two pieces that connect, the back and the front. But the pieces are so big, they had to put Jean in the package sideways. So she's sideways, and then most of the package is just head.
That's funny.
They also announced that they're doing deluxe figures of Age of Apocalypse, and Nimrod.
Hell yeah.
Which was very exciting. They announced they're doing a vintage Spider-Man wave.
Sweet.
Which has Gwen Stacy, Peter Parker, who kind of looks like Kevin from Sin City with the way they did his glasses. And a new Spider-Man that incorporates new articulation.
Huh.
I don't know.
Will it be overly articulated?
It looks like they have a new kind of ab crunch and I don't know.
Hip swivel.
And I don't know. It looks cool. I'm excited for it. It's on that vintage, old school 90s Spider-Man card backs that look like the animated series.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's always exciting when they do stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
They announced 2 more figures for their Strong Guy Build-A-Figure wave, which was Maverick and Black Tom.
Oh, sweet.
I'm
not so excited for Black Tom, but...
I'm excited for Black Tom just because I have more villains. I need more villains in my X-Men collection.
Yeah, I could see that. I like Maverick. I thought Maverick was cool.
What else? They're releasing a Walmart exclusive giant-size X-Men Storm in her bathing suit.
Yeah.
An updated Rogue, how she appears in the comics now, which I have no interest in.
Yeah.
Zero interest in new X-Men stuff. Really.
Yeah, we're in the same here. Except for the orgy.
the Genosian orgy.
Yeah, Krakoa.
The big The big thing they announced is that they are finally doing figures from the X-Men movies, from the Fox movies.
Really?
Yes. They're doing a couple different Hugh Jackman Wolverines. They're doing a 2-pack of Magneto and Professor X, where they come with Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy heads and Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen heads.
Sweet.
So you can, get your desired Magneto.
You can have a 70-year-old man's head on a 25-year-old body.
For the Professor X one, it kind of works. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But for the Magneto one, it doesn't really work because they have I think it's how he appeared in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And then they put Magneto's head on that, like the Ian McKellen one.
Yeah.
It doesn't mesh well. They're also doing a Mystique.
Sweet. Is that which Mystique?
Rebecca Romaine.
Oh, cool.
Yes. And then what really got people excited is they're also doing figures from Deadpool.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. They unveiled Domino and Cable. Cable, I think, is going to be a Walmart exclusive.
Really? Colossus?
No Colossus.
Really? You think that'd be the big?
I know. They did announce, though, a Deadpool and a Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's all over the place. It's really crazy that they're doing those now. And people are like, oh, are they going to start doing the Sam Raimi Spider-Man ones? I think that would be the logical place to go.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a William Dafoe Green Goblin.
With a William Dafoe head sculpt.
Yes. With like the crazy eyes behind the yellow.
The yellow tinted. Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Terrifying.
Those horrible yellow eyes.
Finish it.
Finish it. Deliver all. What a funny scene.
Yes.
But yeah, it was Marvel Legends. They're also doing they're doing a Walgreens exclusive Iron Man 2020.
I saw that.
They're doing
the big gear shoulders.
Yeah, it looks nuts. And they're doing a really cool deluxe War Machine. And then they're doing new figures of like Old Man Hawkeye and Old Man Logan and stuff like that are incorporating new pinless technology.
Pinless technology.
No pins in the elbows or the knees.
What do they use?
I have no idea. It's
a secret.
It's a secret. You know that meme where it's the guy and the girl laying in bed and the girl's like, I bet he's thinking about other women. Yes. And the guy's like, this was me. I was just thinking like, how are they going to do this? Pinless joints. How
will that work? Are they like little nubby pegs?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
All I heard is that in another 20 years, I'm going to have to rebuy every single Marvel Legend I've purchased the past like 5 years. But yeah, they're still steering pretty hard into the X-Men realm of things.
Of course.
And I can't say I blame them because I love X-Men. And so do you, Jeff. And that's why we sat down and watched X-Men, the animated series, episodes 1 and 2 of Sanctuary.
Hell yeah. Glorious.
Was this might be one of, like next to maybe Beyond Good and Evil, one of the most quotable episodes.
Yeah, man.
In the series.
That's the one I do quote quite a bit.
And just because Corsair is...
Cortez.
Corsair's Cyclops' dad.
Oh, yeah. They are both in space, though.
They are both in space, but Cortez is beautifully acted. He should have got a daytime Emmy.
He should have. Some voice actor who's a really big fan of Kirk Douglas.
Yes. So the episode opens in space. Of
course.
I would say about 30-40% of the X-Men episodes do. Got a beginning, Charles, in space. And it's a very stereotypical Russian astronaut.
Yeah.
It says something about a potato. I do.
Yes. They're obsessed with him over there.
They're all about potatoes.
Who could blame them?
And then Magneto abducts him.
And he later doesn't really mind.
No, he doesn't. He's just like, okay, we're here.
Yeah.
My favorite part is when they're very early in the episode, they're having the Senate. Is that where it's at? The Senate?
I think it was the United Nations.
United Nations? Oh, yeah, because there was, yeah. I fell asleep in my U.S. government class quite a bit.
It's all right.
It wasn't the most intriguing subject.
It's not worth paying attention to.
It's not. It's all a hoax. So Magneto shows up, and we do have like an excellent Jack Nicholson impersonator.
Yeah, the U.S. delegate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. These mutants aren't doing it. Here's Johnny.
It's very strange. So many, they do that a lot. They'll just have an actor like, we'll just have him impersonate Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, because it happens in one of the earlier episodes when Wolverine's at the bar.
Yeah. So take him off. Put him back on,
man. But Magneto crashes the party, and my favorite part, he takes off his helmet and his hair's still standing up.
Yeah, he has like hockey hair for like 2 seconds and
it
then
like
falls
stands
over.
Up. It's like, he looks like a cone head or something.
He does. He looks like a character on Dragon Ball Z for about 5 seconds.
Does the physics of that line up?
Not at all. You kidding me? I guess you could say it was like static electricity or something, or
magnetism. Oh, he did come from space.
He did.
So the basic premise of this episode is Magneto just wants to make a place where mutants can live in harmony and just not be hassled by the man. And his big idea is do a fucking asteroid
with like 300 nuclear warheads that he stole from orbit, along with some astronauts.
Do you think the reaction to Asteroid M would have been a little bit different had he not armed it with
enough warheads to destroy the face of the planet? Probably. They're purely for defense, though.
Well, that's what they always say. They're always purely for defense.
That little North Korean line.
So the episode kicks off pretty quickly, and then the first episode is one of the few episodes that has no Wolverine.
Yeah.
And even though he comes in the second one, like he still has maybe like, what, 2 or 3 lines?
Mm-hmm. Which he also wears a cowboy hat and a bolo tie.
He does.
That's like a cow skull.
And he wears a weird purple and black alternate costume.
Yeah.
They go into space and they're like, we need different costumes.
They do. They need the space edition of the costumes. Rogue's costume I didn't really like.
Professor X has that weird purple one with like the weird head thing that goes up.
Make it look like a penis.
I was going to say it made him look like something from Star Trek.
No, it looks like a penis.
Okay. If you say so.
I'm not backing down on this one.
It's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to at all. But they go to meet Magneto in, what was it, Africa?
Yeah.
In Africa.
Yeah. So no, they meet up in Africa for one of the many spots across the planet. You see a ton of cameos. I don't recognize most of these weirdos.
This is one of those things the X-Men show was always really good at, is they would do these like quick clips where you see
like characters that would be really cool to be in the show, but they're not.
And apparently, I did learn when they were doing the animated series, to get those cameos in, they wouldn't necessarily name the character. They would just put like something vague, and then like, oh, Black Panther pops up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's Spider-Man or it's Doctor Strange. Like, they had to get workarounds to like get those characters to have those itty bitty parts. But yeah, Black Panther makes a cameo in these episodes.
He's just standing at the edge of a mountain watching like, oh shit.
This looks like some serious shit's going down.
Yeah, he was there. A bunch of those fucking Morlocks.
There's Morlocks. You see Apocalypse watching TV.
On his cube.
On his GameCube.
Mr. Sinister's watching on his gross, veiny cube.
Yeah, his weird throne that he's like sitting all seductively in.
And his thigh-high boots.
And his black lipstick.
Let's see what's on the boob tube. Just watching it with the nasty boys.
I like to think that that's just how Mr. Sinister watches TV.
Yeah, he just sits there on a Saturday night.
Like, it's just like, I'm just going to sit and watch TV.
And someone I didn't recognize at all. And a bunch of people I didn't recognize at all. A lot of weirdos. Random was there.
Randos. Oh, yeah, Random.
Random and Randos were there.
The entire time I was trying to think of what his name is. I was like, I know it starts with an R.
Random.
Random.
And I think this was like one of 2. Wasn't he also in that Scott Summers solo episode with Solar?
Yeah, that really bad one.
Yeah, it was really bad. But not this. This episode was great.
No, this one was really good because they end up going to Genosha, and Genosha tries to arrest all of them because Magneto's trying to get more mutants to come join his asteroid. And then that's where things really pick up.
Hell yeah.
Because Cortez and the rest of the Acolytes show up. That's what they are, the Acolytes, right?
I think so, yeah. With a name like Acolytes, who would have suspected that, they're up to anything evil?
And they show up and kicking all sorts of ass.
And like just nonstop speeches from Cortez from here on out.
Yes. It's so good.
Let me revive you, Lord Magneto.
So overdone.
Yeah. Like if you thought Magneto's voice actor was over the top, holy shit, Cortez is just mwah, like,
oh yeah. Or he rivals Storm.
Yeah. Like every line is just like shouted from the top of his lungs like he's in like a Shakespearean play. It's beautiful.
Except when he renounces you.
Yeah, I renounce you.
So they end up escaping and going over to the asteroid, and Professor X, Gambit, and Beast are just kind of checking things out. They want to make sure, and they're trying to tell Magneto, like, listen, man, people got a bad feeling about this. He's like, I don't understand why.
And then they get attacked.
Because somebody fired a missile.
This asteroid has some shitty fucking security.
It does.
Like somebody launched a nuclear warhead at the Earth.
Without them knowing.
And yeah, whoops.
Whoopsie doodle. And you know what's weird is I'm watching it and they're like, oh, somebody, Earth was firing in retaliation because somebody launched one of our missiles. And like Magneto looks at Cortez like, oh, he knows.
Uh-huh.
But then like later you find out like, oh, now he knows.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, you know how the direction is in the animation compared to, animation was never the X-Men's strong suit.
What are you talking about? Pride of the X-Men was fantastic.
Pride of the X-Men was great. But yeah, Cortez, he's a jerk.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to seize power. You get a quick assessment of what he's all about.
Yeah. I mean, well, they did have to wrap this up in 2 episodes. So.
They did. And I'll wait till we get towards the end on that one. But yeah, he what else ends up happening in this episode?
Well, Xavier meets one of his other underage girlfriends.
Yeah. Xavier rocking the cradle.
He really does. He's got a type. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Because like
they're all vastly out of his league.
Yeah. Well,
like incredibly.
Yeah, they're all hot young redheads. Because there's like her,
Moira.
Moira McTaggart, Jean Grey.
Wait, did he bang Jean Grey?
I don't know.
That's weird.
That is weird.
If he did.
Because she's supposed to be 18.
I don't know how old. I feel like they're supposed to be like, I don't know.
They never really mention, but I think they're all supposed to be teenagers. Like extremely physically fit teenagers that have the voices of 40-year-olds.
Yes, I was going to say they all look like they're in like their 20s or
early 30s. Yeah,
they never really say like how old they are because they never.
Well, it's a school.
Well, but they never really, of all the interpretations of the X-Men, they never really put as much emphasis on it being a school.
Yeah,
like they mention it is, but like those it's the same like 8 people.
Yeah, and they never really learn anything except for how to fucking fight robots.
Yeah.
And occasionally cameos from, the Hulk or stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, you also see X-Force in this too.
Yeah. A lot of cameos.
So yeah, there's like a story B there with Professor X and his jilted ex-lover.
What's her name again?
I don't remember.
Me either. But yeah, she has the power to turn into gas.
I thought it was smoke.
Whatever. She turns into a fart, all right?
Yeah. Okay. Oof.
It is green, isn't it?
It's like a yellowish tint.
It does kind of look like a fart cloud.
It does.
She turns into a fart cloud.
That's her mutant power.
I guess there's worse mutant powers. He could be like that one hairy guy.
Hairback?
Was that his name?
You talking about the guy with Mr. Sinister?
No, not him. How you know my name?
Oh, it's Hairbag. That's
Hairbag. No, the little hairy guy who always got picked on by the Friends of Humanity.
Oh.
They were? Yeah, whatever. So anyways, Magneto gets betrayed, totally duped.
And this is where Cortez shines.
Yep, he just, from the entire time, like, I am your deliverer. It's beautiful.
You can't even hold your molecules together.
In the cold blackness of space. Just never stops.
And then he jettisons Magneto.
But yeah, his whole, his little room, he can just launch it.
It seems like a weird, well, I guess.
It would make sense,
really
yeah,
sour, yeah.
But you shouldn't have it to where it can be launched from the outside, probably.
Yeah. He's just sleeping one night.
Yeah. Shit.
He really didn't have to go through all that, did he?
No.
He did have to drain his power.
Yeah, that's true. The plot was he kept rejuvenating his powers because he expended them on Genosha. And then when he stopped it, Magneto couldn't hold his molecules together. So
he's like fading?
Yeah, he's disappearing. And it was weird. I didn't realize his magnetism powers worked like that.
I don't know the science of this, if it checks out.
If anyone has any kind of degree in, how magnetism works, like ICP, could you please let us know?
So they, Cortez ends up, I keep on wanting to say Corsair, but Cortez. Cortez ends up pitting it on the X-Men and everyone believes them.
Because they're stupid.
Mutants
are really stupid.
They're easily impressionable.
They are. They're very easily gathered and led.
You point them in the direction and they're...
They instantly get angry and riled up.
Yep. So Professor X and Beast end up escaping while Gambit stays behind to hold them off.
I felt bad for Gambit because, there's like, okay, fuck it, whatever. Yeah, Gambit, hold him off. That's fine. I got Professor X who could have just, had everyone go to sleep with his telepathy or something. And they're like, oh, shit, we better get out. Gambit, hold them off.
Yes, trading cards.
I'm running very low on cards.
And then like the Acolytes, like mutant powers are all very obscure.
Yeah, the one...
and form like giant energy hands.
Yeah, it was like some sort of weird telekinesis. That was a fart cloud lady. Yeah.
That was her name.
Fart cloud lady.
Fart cloud lady.
Or FCL. And the one guy was just like your basic brute guy who could turn into a stone form or something.
I never saw him do anything. There was the one guy that looked like he could change the matter of things.
Yeah.
Like...
And then the big guy who was like, you called. He like turned into a giant rock guy later.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
He was like, form of stone. And yeah.
And there was a couple others that had like obscure, like just random.
Like random.
X-Men powers, yeah.
So they hold a funeral service and you get to see Wolverine wearing a cow skull bolo tie and a cowboy hat. Like really like Texas, Arizona looking stuff. And he's Canadian as fuck. Like,
yeah.
Shouldn't he have been wearing like, I don't know.
Mountie uniform?
Yeah. Like a Canadian tuxedo or something.
Well, then like you got Rogue, who looks like an old time Southern debutante, like a Southern belle.
She did.
Like
fiddle-dee-dee, Magneto is dead.
She has like the big poofy like collar with.
She did with the brooch.
Yeah, it looks really.
She looks like an old timey school marm or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very interesting wardrobe choices in this.
Yep. Beast still running around with no shirt on.
Yep.
Fucking nudist.
He is. He's weird.
A weird guy.
You would think that someone who, is always lamenting that he doesn't look normal would wear a fucking shirt from time to time.
Or try to fit in. Like, at least make an effort.
To be fair, like when he wears a t-shirt and pants, he looks really fucking weird.
He looks more out of place.
Yeah, like when he was wearing that Howard the Duck t-shirt that was really shiny.
And
during the Phoenix saga, they called the cabbie over.
And he's wearing like big old Chuck Taylors.
Yeah.
Too.
Called the cabbie over and the guy was like, "Oh,
feet don't fail me now."
Beast actually says that.
Yeah. If anything, you watch the episode just to hear Beast say that. It's so random.
Much like Random, the mutant.
Exactly like Random.
So the world's on the verge of World War III as Fabian Cortez is aiming all the nuclear warheads on Earth, holding the world ransom, trying to free all the mutants, and also demanding reparations. Yeah, I know. It was kind of awkward. But
got any gum?
And then it turns out Magneto's not dead.
No, he shows up in the desert.
Yeah, screaming, "I live!"
While turning into stardust.
Yeah, it was pretty magical, actually.
The basically what ends up happening is the electromagnetic field of the Earth ends up nourishing Magneto like a mother to a child.
Of course.
That's his exact words.
Yeah. I mean, anyone could have predicted that would happen.
I mean, how obvious. So the fart cloud lady ends up
finding the cassette tape of the security footage.
Because why would you destroy it?
Yeah.
He just sets it on his
like just sitting there out in the open on his console.
He wanted to get caught.
I think he did. He just wants the attention.
He did, because that's like when you're a kid, like and you're watching porn and you don't put it back in the ceiling. You just
you're begging for trouble.
You're just begging for trouble. You just like I'll just leave it here for now.
Whose ceiling porn is this?
There's
ceiling tile crumbs all over this tape.
There's somebody listening that doesn't know about that. And they're like, what are these idiots talking about?
Oh, you know what ceiling porn is. Don't play around.
Go back and listen to, I don't know what number episode it is, but it's
involves ceiling porn.
It's like the Sexual Awakenings or something like that.
Oh.
I'm not sure of the exact episode, but
I think that tape is missing. It's sitting on Tony's desk right now.
Just waiting for someone to come by and discover it.
What is this? Ceiling porn.
Oh, sons of bitches. Fart Cloud Lady puts it in and finds out, and it's oddly, beautifully cut.
Yeah, there's like Dutch angles and all that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like she had a copy of the show. It's like in Spaceballs when they put it in and like, Spaceballs, a motion picture.
It was just like that.
You
idiots! You caught their stunt doubles.
Why can't we go back to now? Because we just passed it. When? Now.
So he escapes in his little secret hatch thingy.
He tries to like. There's a moment when the bad guy gets caught and he tries to like. Tries to like cut off anybody else finding out. He's like, oh shit. And it just really falls apart from here for him.
Yeah.
Because Magneto ends up showing up. The rest of the X-Men show up.
A lot of anger.
Fart Cloud Lady plays the tape. Everyone sees it. And then Magneto shows up.
After 200 plus nuclear warheads were launched.
Yeah.
Magneto really screwed them. All I wanted was to be left alone with my 200 nuclear warheads pointed at all the nations of the world.
Is that too much to ask for? Maybe one day we would have lived in peace.
I'm going to go ahead and say if he hadn't stolen 200 nuclear warheads, he would have had a higher chance of success.
I think so. I agree.
Everyone would have been like, fine, get these muties off the planet,
Mm-hmm. And then again, I don't know if I'd want to live on an asteroid.
Me? I don't know. I didn't like anyone there.
It was all like...
I like that one snakehead guy. I don't know who he was.
Would you say of all comic series, there is no comic series that has more like C-list background nothing characters than the X-Men?
I can't think of any offhand because they would just be standing around like, hey guys.
It's like it's weird because it seems like their mutants are plentiful and bountiful.
Yeah.
In anything X-Men, but when it's like the Avengers, they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah, that's true. Aww.
I demand answers.
Sometimes I wonder if the continuity isn't made to intertwine.
You might be onto something.
Another great thing about the show is Cortez's evil weaselly laugh.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
That was great.
Oh God. I mean, it's really weird when we talk about these shows. We're always like, oh, it's so good, but then we like point out all these weird inconsistencies.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes it so great.
It is. It is like goofy and like there is like these weird like inconsistencies, but it's still super enjoyable. It's not like Spider-Man the animated series.
Yeah, where it just Neogenic Nightmare Part 17. It's entirely reused footage.
I tried watching the Spider-Man series on Disney Plus, and like
it hasn't aged well.
It hasn't. Like, I mean, some people might say the X-Men series hasn't aged well either, but I feel like the Spider-Man show really hasn't aged well.
Well, like the things that made X-Men strong, like the ridiculous over-the-top acting and the melodrama. That
for a while, the animation was really solid.
Yeah. Like
especially like in that season 2, 3 era.
Like the episodes with the Spirit Drinker and the episodes like around the Phoenix Saga that like they
Days of Future Past.
Yeah. And then, hardly any reused footage and like no color errors, no shading errors, no wrong characters talking at the same time.
You know what really bugged me about Spider-Man, the animated series?
What?
Is if you go back and watch it, and I know that for cartoons, because they talk about a lot with Batman, the animated series, how there's like a budget for your color palette.
Mm-hmm.
So like, that's why like in Batman, the animated series, they can never get a good dark green for Robin.
Mm-hmm.
It's just for whatever. It's like one of those weird things. You're like, how could you not get a good dark? Don't you have like a, but I think they have like a budget of palettes that they can use. But like in Spider-Man, the animated series, like Spider-Man, I don't know if it was all the time, but at some point he did not look blue and red. He looked like this weird off blue and like this almost pinkish red.
It was.
And it always like was just very jarring to me.
It did look strange. All the characters, like when the X-Men showed up, ugh.
Oh, that was so bad.
Weird shade of blue. The same blue that was Spider-Man's costume, I'm assuming. And like everything was just like off and like weird. Like it looked like they accidentally used bleach in the wash or something. It's like
Jubilee did their laundry for that week's episodes.
It only makes sense.
Washed out all the colors. Like if you look up the X-Men and the Spider-Man animated series, like Beast looks more ape-like.
Yeah, and like his hair looks really weird. Wolverine's really light, like powder blue.
Yep. I believe like Gambit's head sock. Is that what it's called?
Is it a cowl?
I don't know, but that I remember was blue. Like they didn't even try to get the right.
It was like light
you can't
blue.
Make it fucking black.
Yeah, you could have just made it black for crying out loud.
Tony's listening to this right now and really mad that we're dumping on Spider-Man. I know he prefers Spider-Man the animated series over
X-Men the animated series, which is wild to me. I don't know, just I really don't like it. Like how many episodes did they have, based around Morbius and the Man Spider?
They didn't even color in Cyclops' shorts on this one.
No, they didn't. And like, I don't know. How many episodes do they have based on Alistair Smythe? Like, who gives a shit about Alistair Smythe and his rocket wheelchair?
The same people that care about Professor X and his rocket wheelchair.
At least his wheelchair wasn't like the size of a car. Like you can't even get through a door in that wheelchair he was in.
Did you ever play Spider-Man X-Men on Super Nintendo?
Arcade's Revenge?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
How was it? I never had a Super Nintendo. So
it wasn't very good.
Oh, okay.
It was an LJN game, and those are definitely a mixed bag, to say the least. Like Storm's level, it was an underwater level the entire time, and you had an air meter. Spider-Man, I think.
I hate water levels.
Me too.
Fucking hate them.
And like, yeah, like every character was a different little mini game, basically, and most of them were like little mini platformers. Wasn't
so you didn't actually get to play like the X-Men with Spider-Man?
No, they're all single player, There's if you want a good game with the X-Men in it, you want to play X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. It was made by Capcom. It was excellent. And then also, of course, there's Maximum Carnage, an excellent game, which was also made by LJN, but it was really good. What's
funny is when they released the giant-sized X-Men version of Storm, they were like, and this completes your Konami 5. And it has like all the 5 of them, and it says, X-Men, welcome to die.
I am Magneto, master of magnet.
But yeah, so now there's, you have Colossus, or no, not Colossus, Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Cyclops, Dazzler, and that Storm.
Yep.
The Konami 5, apparently, that they're referred to as.
Fantastic. Did you know the Japanese version of the arcade game was easier than the American version?
I did not know that.
Isn't it weird?
I think we're done.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think we're done with the show.
Forever.
But no, once again, this X-Men episodes never disappoint. It's always a fun time watching it with you, Jeff, because we laugh. And
if you enjoy overacting and schlock and
Michael Douglas.
Kirk Douglas. My bad. If you want to commemorate the memory of Kirk Douglas without actually having to...
He was 103 years old.
Yeah, and he had a stroke like 25 years ago.
He's a trooper.
He is.
Good episodes to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Sanctuary, episodes 1 and 2. You can stream them now on Disney Plus.
Fuck
or
yeah.
watch my broke ass DVD. That was freezing and skipping. And
It's part of the experience.
yeah, it is. It is. That's what people say about vinyl. You hear the crinkles and the crackles and like, it's part of the experience, man. Like, no, it's shit. It's shit.
Analog has a richer sound.
No, it's garbage. I'll fight you. I don't care. Real quick before we wrap things up here, March Madness will be underway soon.
Oh yeah, the voting has already gone in many directions.
It has, and the tournament is set. The picks are made. Should we? I guess we could announce the picks.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's. I gotta scroll here. Tony sent them all to me. I can't remember if he sent them in a private chat or the Kapowcast chat, because we're real official like that.
Hell yeah.
Okay, we do have him here. So thank you to all these Patreons, by the way, for your continued support. We appreciate it. It's always a good time. So first up, Charlie Cody, he has 4 picks. He's picked Captain Marvel, Ares, Shazam, and he has a protest vote for Constantine. Not sure what he's looking to accomplish with that, but we'll see. Christy, she has picked a heavy hitter, just 1 pick with Scarlet Witch.
Good choice.
Janelle looks like she upped her Patreon to 5. So she has picked Thor, Loki, Captain America, Venom, and Bane.
Wow.
Those are pretty big hits.
Hell yeah.
Jeremy Brown, he has picked 5 with Batman, Superman, Spectre, Supergirl, and Black Adam. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. Somebody knows a thing or two about power sets.
Angel Jody, she has 4 picks. She has picked Wonder Woman, Ultron, Deadpool, and Hela.
Another great.
Hela's a good pick.
Hella good pick.
Hella. Got me feeling hella good now. And then our new Patreon of the $5 tier, Chase, he has picked Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, Dr. Raven, Dr. Juggernaut, and Dr. Flash.
Smart picks.
All have PhDs. No.
Dr. Juggernaut is a great name, by the way.
So those are all the picks. There are still some available. If you have time to head on over to Patreon before this all gets going. The episode airing right now is the 28th. So you have one more day that you can get on over to Patreon. There's still, I'm sure, plenty of solid picks available. And before we get to all our plugs. So for the first time here, we have all the matchups for March Madness. Are you guys ready? Are you ready?
Oh, hell yeah.
Wait, I just realized I can't do this.
Why not?
Oh, well, we'll do it. We'll do it. We're going to do it. We're going to
do it live. Fuck it.
On the Marvel side, we have Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange, Colossus versus Scarlet Witch. Oh, that's an easy one.
Yeah. Get him, Colossus.
Thor versus Deadpool.
Did that matchup happen last time?
I think it did. Captain America versus Captain Marvel.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Doctor Doom versus Loki.
I'm going to have to rally all my sexist friends to try to get Captain America to be Captain Marvel.
Ultron versus Venom. Taskmaster versus Juggernaut. And Hela versus Mr. Sinister.
Oh, poor Mr. Mr. Sinister might win that one, actually.
He does have good boots and lipstick.
He does.
On the Superman's...
He also has a 4-sided television.
He does. On the DC side of things...
The Superman side, if you will.
The Superman side, if you will.
If you will.
We have Superman versus Flash.
Ooh.
Batman versus Spectre.
I hope he has an anti-Spectre suit lined up or something.
You know what? I think Batman might have beat Spectre last year. I have to double check.
Oh, yeah.
Shazam versus Raven.
I'd probably give that one to Shazam, actually.
Supergirl versus Wonder Woman. We got to stop with the woman-on-woman fight. We have to stop.
I like it.
Ares versus Black Adam.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
This is kind of ironic.
Is it Alanis Morissette?
No, not ironic. I guess a coincidence would be more. General Zod versus Eobard Thawne, Reverse Flash. And Superman's fighting Flash. That's funny. I like that. Deathstroke versus Brainiac.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get that one to Brainiac.
And Bane versus Bizarro. And that is our March Madness tournament this year. We'll have an episode. Hopefully we can all get together and we could do another bracket pick and discussion and talk about who we think will win, who we think will lose.
And how angry we will be if our picks don't win.
Exactly. I'll be very angry. It gets heated in this bitch.
It does.
But once again, thank you to all those Patreons who have their picks in. We much appreciate it. And there's still a day or so where you can go in, and if there's somebody left that you want to pick that you think might have a chance, go ahead and do it. It makes things a lot more fun.
Like Comet, the super horse.
Yes. Also, be sure to check out our website, kapowcast.net, where you can find all contact articles, YouTube videos, all the good stuff, the show. It's all on there. We're also on the Pod Bros Podcasting Network, where you can find our show, tons of other great shows. We're on SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, all of it. Also, thanks to our affiliate links over at Amazon and Entertainment Earth. All that great stuff we talked about at Toy Fair. You can click the Entertainment Earth link below and pre-order now. They also have tons of Marvel Zombie pop figures coming out.
Hell yeah.
And Venomized pop figures coming out. So those pop vinyl collectors.
That's your bag.
It's not mine, but it's yours.
I don't know, man. Just not enough articulation.
None.
Yes,
None.
none articulation.
And that'll do it for this week's show. Jeff, you, thank you. Jeff, you.
You are welcome, Mike, you.
I just had a stroke. Until next time, I'm Mike, you.
And I am Jeff, you.
See you next time.